we'd be here even longer tonight. So here's just a quick sampling, a partial list. Okay, and as I read them, think about how visual effects serve the story and its characters. In television, Alias, Lost, Fringe, Person of Interest, Revolution, Almost Human. And on the big screen, Regarding Henry, my favorite. And he wrote it, and he co-produced it. Forever Young, Armageddon, Mission Impossible 3 and 5, Cloverfield. Remember that incredible visual effects with the Statue of Liberty's head? That was this man. Super Ocho, that means Super 8. Star Trek, Star Trek Into Darkness, and next year's Star Trek 3. And of course, the upcoming Star Wars, The Force Awakens. Whatever. And think about it. One guy entrusted with the 2 greatest space adventure franchises in movie history. You think the industry has confidence in him? Working with JJ on Star Trek, knowing JJ, asking JJ a question, seeking advice, gossiping with JJ, which he doesn't do, is awesome. He collaborates, he guides you, he fights, he's passionate, he teaches you a lot. He also writes his own thank you cards, and he knows a lot of people. He knows a lot of people, like a lot, like all of you guys. And he'll write his thank you cards in person, and that means a lot. He's a father, a friend, a husband, a son, a teacher, a student, a director, a storyteller. I don't know, he's like cool. So those are my 2 cents. Wait. People, where's the teleprompter? When he was considering film school, JJ's father offered some advice that changed his son's college plans and really changed his life. His dad said, it's more important you go off and learn what to make movies about rather than just how to make movies. That's pretty smart. Maybe that's why, while JJ loves larger-than-life movie spectacles, to him it's the characters that really matter. They're the ones who lead the audience through the spectacular moments, big and small, provided by the visionaries in this room, the industry's visual effects artists. Please welcome and congratulate the Visual Effects Society's 2015 Visionary Award honoree, Mr. J.J. Abrams.
Thank you so much. This is crazy. Thank you. Nothing, or very little I should say, gives me greater pleasure than guilting a gorgeous, massively successful actress into presenting an award to me days after giving birth to multiple babies. Zoe Saldana and her husband Marco just had twins, so. Thank you, Zoe. I love you. I have an autograph at home that reads, Dear JJ, movies are fun, and life can be fun making movies. I started making movies at 13, and I hear you're doing great at 11. Keep it up. And it's signed Doug Trumbull. My father got that autograph from me back in 1978. At the time, it turns out that Mr. Trumbull was working on Star Trek: The Motion Picture. When my dad brought it home, I lost my fucking mind. You see, Trumbull was already a legend for me then. As a husky, Jewish, unathletic 11-year-old cinema lover, this was my equivalent of a Steve Garvey or Davy Lope signature. It was a note from God. 11 was also the age I was at when I first saw Star Wars. Spending the past 2 years in the world of X-Wings and TIE fighters and lightsabers has been absolutely insanely overwhelming. Ridiculous fun, enormously challenging, an actual childhood dream come true. and it's only given me greater appreciation for what it is you do. The brilliance of what George Lucas created is, of course, undeniable, but it was the visual and special effects artists that let us see with our own eyes what George could only see in his mind. It was the Universal Studios tour that first got me hooked. At 8 years old, seeing glass matte paintings or how they would hang a model airplane upside down and make it look like a real one flying, that was it. It was all I wanted to do. I wanted to go home and try it myself, and I still feel that way. When I was called about this award, the first thing I felt was sort of, frankly, amazement that I got to be part of an industry that I have looked up to, revered so much since I was conscious. And I felt honored to even be considered at all, but mostly I wanted to accept this award to say thank you. Thank you first to my parents, who let me blow shit up and film it, and who encouraged and celebrated creativity. Thank you. Thank you, Dad. I want to thank my sister for letting me blow her up. I want to thank the people who are here with us tonight at this table, incredible people, and anyone, frankly, who's ever given me the chance to work in TV or film. Peter Roth, Brad Gray for providing Bad Robot with such supportive homes. The remarkably kind and collaborative souls of Roger Guyette, Dennis Murin, Kevin Blank, Jay Worth, Ron Ames, Chantal Fagali, among others, visual effects supervisors and producers who I've been so lucky to get to work with. If I were better at math, I could count the times that Roger Guyette made a suggestion that made a scene or a shot not okay or not good, but great, and I'm incredibly grateful. I want to thank you, the partners that we've had, houses, of course, like ILM, Pixamundo, Double Negative, Tippett Studio, and our in-house wizards at Kelvin Optical. I bow to you all. Thank you. I want to thank you. I want to thank Kathleen Kennedy for saying the words to me, "Do you want to direct Star Wars?" and actually being in a position to let me direct Star Wars. It's amazing. I would like to thank the artists. They number in, of course, the thousands, who have shown me and the world moving images that we would never have seen otherwise. To the supervisors, designers, model builders, cinematographers, animators, texture, lighting, simulation, rendering masters, and so many others who have made the absolutely impossible entirely real. I'd like to thank my beautiful wife, Katie, who is, in all candor, waiting for me to make a movie without visual effects, but who respects my essentially perverted love of the craft. And mostly I'd like to thank the Visual Effects Society for this absolutely undeserved but deeply appreciated recognition. Your members are among my greatest cinematic heroes, and I am honored to be counted among your colleagues. 35 years after Visual Effects Society. 35 years after Doug Trumbull took the time to sign an autograph for an 11-year-old boy, I finally met the man. I told him what he had written so long ago and that it was one of my few prized possessions. Mr. Trumbull looked at me and he said, "Huh." It was a disappointing reaction. But it didn't matter. Because he could not have been more right. Life can be fun making movies, and I thank each of you for making that possible. Thank you.